Hi, I'm Daniel Boy. Welcome to the front row. When you walk into the Olive Ankara store, your spirits are immediately lifted. It's bright, it's exuberant, it's colorful, it's full of enthusiasm and positivity, just like its founder. And I'm so happy that we have her today at the front row. Welcome, Iffy.
Hi, Daniel. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being part of the front row. We were just chatting a little earlier, and we were talking about how your inspirations were behind these prints and all. And I was telling you that anyone who wears an olive ankara is immediately lifted to a different plane of happiness, just like me right now. Let's start off with how you decided to start this label. Let's start all the way from the very beginning, before there was olive ankara. What prompted you to start it?
Okay, so I have to say, I came to Singapore 7 years ago and I came to do something completely different from what I do now. So I came to continue my studies in cancer research. So I came to do a postdoc in cancer research. And as soon as I arrived in Singapore, I realized that I found a gap that needed to be filled. I realized that the African culture was not well expressed here. And I wanted to wear these prints which are part of my background because although I was born and raised in Italy, I come from a Nigerian family. I was raised with all these colors and all these prints. So after a while in Singapore, I felt homesick because I couldn't wear them. It started that I was basically every time I was going back home, I was stealing some clothes from my mom's vintage wardrobe and bringing it here in Singapore. Decided that I should start doing my own because I was never returning back her clothes. And that time I went back, my grandmother was there and she gave me the first piece of Ankara fabric. And I did my first, ROM dress, basically a very simple skirt and a top that I could wear also in another occasion. And then I realized that a lot of people were asking me about the fabrics, about the story of the fabric, about the colors, where was that coming from. And when I had the big wedding in Thailand, and my mom asked me to have a traditional Nigerian wedding, although I really wanted to wear my white dress, I decided to please her. So my aunt, that she was living in Nigeria, went to the market and then she sourced the fabric for me. I choose the fabric and then I design my own wedding gown. So when the dress that I designed, made with African fabrics, arrived to all the way to Asia, I realized that that was the time for me to start. And I started with a very small collection, capsule collection, and this was July 2017.
Wow. And I'm
Yeah.
so glad that you have started your label. I'm going to let you in on a little secret. We first
Yeah.
met last year when I was looking for labels for a countdown show that I was producing for MediaCorp, a countdown fashion show. And so I
Okay.
did a straw poll to ask around which are the interesting sustainable labels. And everybody I spoke with said Olive Ankara. And I became really curious. I wanted to know all about your brand. So I stalked you on Instagram. And that's how we ended up working together.
Yes. Nice. Yes. Already a year ago. Yes, I
Oh,
remember.
yes. And okay, you are very heavy into sustainability, into the whole ethos of eco fashion. Tell us how you balance that with how you run Olive and Cara as a business.
Okay, so basically, OliveAnkara production is oriented towards two big pillars of the sustainability. One is the slow fashion brand. So we produce a very limited edition number of pieces so we prefer quality over quantity, and we don't want to go through the mass production. Also, indeed, we do also do some pre-order garments. This is another thing. Maybe we will talk about it later. But we have this small collection about of pre-orders, and also the other thing is the zero waste approach. So basically, from the production of clothes, we have a lot of leftovers, right? And I feel like I can't throw it away. Once, because I'm really attached to these prints, and secondly, because it's a wastage. So we try to use as much as possible in order to waste as little as possible. So I will say that 97% of the total fabric is what we use. So we just throw a very little amount. And with this, we do accessories. So we give it second life. We create new things like accessories, headbands, head wraps, mask now, bags. So whatever we can do with the amount of leftovers that we have.
And doggy bandanas, right?
And
I'm wearing my dog bandana, which I got from you. So,
yeah,
it's
true.
really amazing that you can now match your fashions with your pet dog, with your cat. And for those dog or cat owners that are interested in getting bandanas, these are available via special order. Just contact Ify at Olive Ankara, and she will help you create that special order. And speaking of special orders, we were talking about uh, your special orders a little earlier on. Would you like to elaborate a little bit more about that?
So when I started with Olive Ankara, and I decided that I should do a fusion between different cultures. So the fabrics are coming from West Africa, and then we are here in Asia. So I thought about doing cheongsam with African fabric, thinking that would be a very nice mix between the two cultures, and also because I'm currently here. It's not the only thing that I do. I do also a mix between Japanese culture and then African fabrics. Basically, I take the design. So for the cheongsam, they are like the classic Mandarin color with a little bit of twist design and African fabrics. And those are the one that I do pre-orders, because I believe that a cheongsam has to really be well fitted. So when the customer comes to the showroom, I will guide them through all the cheongsam. I will take the measurements. And the cool thing is that I will give them a selection of prints so they can choose their own prints. So it's going to be like a very unique cheongsam, like an original with your personality inside as well. Whereas the other
That,
thing that we do are the Japanese and the African fabrics, so are the what we call Afromono, basically kimono with African fabrics. Yeah.
that's really amazing. I mean, it's it's made to measure. You come in and you co-create the design together with you. So that's really fantastic. Now, Oliver Cara is one of those labels that did really really well during the lockdown, and I attribute that to your strong presence on social media. You are incredible on social media. Everyone's talking about Oliver Cara, and you also have a very strong online sales portal. Was that your business model from the very start, or did you have the foresight to realize that one day this is going to be the future of fashion?
Okay, I have to be honest. When I started, I didn't have a business model. I started because I really want people to know about the African culture. So, but now I'm like, now that we're growing and started to understanding, I realized like how the social media, for example, is very important for us. Mostly because we usually mostly Instagram, because our brand is very visual, and the colors of our fabric plays a substantial role in the image of Olive Ankara. When I launched the brand, I launched it in July 2017. Then by the end of the month, I already had like my website. Of course, was not the super easy going. Was like a lot of errors, but you learn during while you're doing the things. So, but we knew that we had to have a presence online. Although I have to say that also the showroom for us was a big win, because people can come to the showroom, they can see the clothes, they can touch the textile. I'm here to explain them where the fabric is coming from, why we are using the meaning and the story behind. So it's basically I take them through an experience, no? So I believe that both are very important for us.
That's fantastic. And for men, if you're feeling left out, if you're looking at the collection and you want to partake of the Olive and Cara experience, look at what I'm wearing now. This is not available for sale yet, but Ify, do you want to tell everyone about this new collection that's coming out?
Yes. So basically, what we showcase during the catwalk is the collection which is available, the women's collection available right now on the online and in store, called Rayuwa, which means life in Igbo language, and is basically inspired by the four elements of nature, like earth, water, air, and fire. So there are different colors related to the different elements. But also, we showcase the collection that we call Enya, that means people in Yoruba language. And for us, means basically that is for people of all colors and not only for women. That's why the Enya collection is a unisex collection, good for him and good for her. And this will be available in October.
Fantastic. And I'm so privileged to be one of the first to wear this. Thank you so much,
It
Iffy.
looks
And thank you for being.
amazing on you.
Oh, thank you, thank you. For those of you who want to know more about the Olive and Cara collection, you can go onto the website, which is right here at the front row. Just click on it, and it's going to take you directly to the Olive Ankara store. Go browse the collections. The pieces are absolutely amazing. And if you want to buy special accessories for your pets, for your dogs, for your cat, do just contact Ify directly, and she'll create a special order for you. Uh, if you're not following us yet at the Front Row socials, our Instagram handle is at thefrontrow.style. At thefrontrow.style. And please do hashtag all your front row related pictures with our hashtag thefrontrowsg so that we can locate it and like it. And please tell your friends all about the front row. Tell your friends all about the wonderful designers that you've seen and the wonderful designers that are lined up, and you can shop, shop, shop as well. So until the next show, I'm Daniel Boy. Thanks for joining us here at the front row.